So this is the second video for multiplying polynomials. This one is actually multiplying two polynomials. So we have two examples. The first one is to multiply x minus 2 times 1 plus 3x minus x squared. I'm going to show you two different ways to multiply. One is using this chart on the right, and then one is without the chart. So first things first is the one without the chart. So the one without the chart, what you're going to do is a distribution, but you're going to do it twice instead of once. You're going to do first with the x, so 1 times x is x. X times 3x would be plus 3x squared. And then x times negative x squared would be a negative x cubed. Then you're going to do this again, but with the negative 2. So negative 2 times 1 is negative 2. Negative 2 times negative 2 times positive 3x would be negative 6x. And then negative 2 times a negative x squared would be a positive 2x squared. From here, the next phase is to put it both into standard form and to simplify. So you have negative x cubed first because there is no other x cubed. Then we have a 3x squared plus 2x squared, so that's plus 5x squared. Then we have a x minus 6x, that's negative 5x. And then last but not least, a minus 2. And then that would be the end of that question. You're actually done. So this one's just, again, distributing it. By distributing the x first and then the negative 2, you ensure you have the full distribution done in order to make sure that you multiplied the entirety of both polynomials together. So for the second one, we have x squared plus 3x minus 5 times x squared minus x plus 1. For this one, we're going to use a chart. What you're going to do with the chart is make sure that it has enough rows and columns to match the number of terms in each polynomial. Then you're going to write your polynomials along the sides. So we have x squared, 3x, and then negative 5. And then at the top, we'll do the second one, x squared minus x plus 1. From here, you're going to proceed to multiply as you go. So x squared times x squared would be x to the 4th. 3x times x squared is 3x cubed. Negative 5 times x squared is negative 5x squared. And then repeat. X squared times negative x is negative x cubed. 3x times negative x is negative 3x squared. Negative 5 times negative x is positive 5x. And then last but not least, x squared times 1 is x squared, 3x times 1 is 3x, and negative 5 times 1 is negative 5. From here, you'll recognize that within the diagonals, the variables actually match. So x to the 4th would be our first term because there's nothing else diagonally along it that will match it. And then we have a 3x cubed minus x cubed, so that would give us a positive 2x cubed. Then we have a negative 5x squared minus 3x squared plus x squared. So we have three terms that need to get added together here. So negative 5 minus 3 is negative 8. Negative 8 plus 1, so we have negative x squared, negative 8x squared, sorry. And then negative 8 plus 1 is a negative 7x squared. And then 5x plus 3x is plus 8x. And then minus 5 stays minus 5. And that would be the complete for that. If you know you're somebody who doesn't organize or isn't very organized when they work out their math, I would definitely suggest the chart over the distribution because it's going to ensure that you multiply everything out correctly and combine like terms very simply. The other method can get lost occasionally if you don't remember to multiply through entirely. So if you don't use the lines that I drew, the 3 lines that I drew when doing this, you're more likely to forget. And you should always draw the lines as you go, not draw them all and then multiply, because you're bound to still, again, skip or forget a step. So again, if you know that working out stuff in a very, specific manner, with everything written out very neatly and nicely in a nice order, if that's not the case for you and you know your work sometimes a little bit sloppy or all over the place, definitely go with the chart. It's the easiest of the two methods, although it is a little bit longer time-wise. So for your two utris, you have 3b minus 2c times 3b squared minus bc plus 2c squared, and then x squared minus 4x plus 1 times x squared plus 5x minus 2. And that is your utri, and I think that's the end of this video. Yes, it is. So that is the end.